What is it actually?
Well, I honestly don't know. I was delivered by a midwife who couldn't write, so didn't keep records.
Uh-huh. What do you put on your passport?
Miss Brown?
1912.
Well, if it's good enough for the State Department, it's good enough for me.
Hollywood's golden age. A world of glittering gowns, red carpets, and timeless charm. But behind that perfect smile and dazzling light were secrets that could clear an entire movie set. Today, we peel back the curtain to reveal the side of stardom that was anything but glamorous. These are the legends of the silver screen, with hygiene so bad, it became the industry's dirtiest secret. Clark Gable, the king of Hollywood, had charm, charisma, and that iconic mustache, but his secret was far from royal. By age 32, he'd lost all his teeth to gum disease and wore dentures for the rest of his life. The problem? He rarely cleaned them. His breath became legendary for all the wrong reasons. Vivien Leigh, his co-star in Gone with the Wind, needed smelling salts between takes, while Loretta Young described kissing him as like making out with a pickled corpse. MGM even issued a Gable breath kit, filled with mints, mouthwash, and nose plugs. Crew members joked his dentures could kill small animals from 10 feet away. Yet, fans never suspected a thing. His screen presence was too dazzling. Clark Gable proved that Hollywood's most romantic heartthrob could hide something truly foul behind his grin. A smile worth millions, powered by the worst breath in showbiz. Marlon Brando redefined acting raw, real, and revolutionary. But his genius came with a side effect: he smelled awful. Brando treated hygiene as optional, often showing up on set unwashed, wearing sweat-soaked clothes that reeked of cheese, oil, and decay. During Last Tango in Paris, he deliberately ate blue cheese and refused to brush his teeth before romantic scenes, torturing his co-star. On the Missouri breaks, he wore the same underwear for 3 months straight, bragging about it later. By Apocalypse Now, director Francis Ford Coppola called him a sentient swamp. His trailer reeked so badly it needed disinfection, and props were literally burned afterward. Yet, despite his stench, Brando's talent was magnetic. Directors endured the odor just to capture his brilliance. He was a man who could move millions with a whisper, and empty rooms with a whiff. Brando proved genius often comes wrapped in grime. Steve McQueen was the epitome of cool, the rebel with a roaring engine and effortless swagger. But behind that rugged image was a man who treated soap like an enemy. Obsessed with cars and grease, McQueen often arrived on set smelling of gasoline and sweat, his clothes streaked with motor oil. Instead of showering, he'd wipe his armpits with paper towels, splash on cologne, and call it a day. Co-star Faye Dunaway once said kissing him felt like licking the floor of a garage. On The Great Escape set, James Garner joked that when McQueen removed his boots, the Nazis should have surrendered immediately. His teeth yellowed, his scent lingered, but his charm never faded. Ironically, he polished his cars to perfection, just not himself. Steve McQueen lived by his own code: ride hard, smell harder. The man who defined cool also redefined dirty, Hollywood's true rebel, inside and out. Tula Bankhead was wild, witty, and wickedly bold. A woman who made scandal an art form. Her most shocking confession? "I never wash. I have an agreement with the dirt." And she meant it. Bankhead went weeks without bathing, smoked constantly, and refused to wear underwear, even on film sets. During Lifeboat, Hitchcock complained, unsure whether her lack of clothing was a matter for costume, makeup, or animal control. Her hotel rooms were disaster zones. Overflowing ashtrays, empty bottles, and stained sheets. One maid quit, saying, "I've seen murders cleaner than this." Yet, despite her filth, Tula was irresistible, loud, daring, and hilarious. Her grime became part of her legend, a symbol of defiance against Hollywood's polished image. She didn't just live outside the rules. She stomped on them barefoot. Tula Bankhead was proof that charisma can outshine even the dirtiest reputation. W.C. Fields was comedy's lovable drunk, and that wasn't just his act. He lived in a constant haze of alcohol, starting each day with martinis and ending it the same way. His sweat smelled like gin, his breath like a brewery explosion. Assistants joked his body was 80% liquor, and one claimed his suits could be wrung out for cocktails. He hated bathing, relying on alcohol fumes as deodorant. Housekeepers dreaded cleaning his hotel rooms, the air thick with whiskey, sweat, and stale despair. Hidden bottles turned up everywhere. Inside lamps, toilets, even piano benches. One director joked, "Fields doesn't age, he ferments." Studios filmed him early, while he was only half drunk. Beneath the humor was tragedy, a man drowning in his own vice. W.C. Fields smelled of laughter and liquor, a comic genius whose stench was as unforgettable as his wit. Bette Davis. Bette Davis wasn't just an actress. She was a storm in heels. Fierce, bold, and unapologetically herself, she ruled every set with talent and a haze of cigarette smoke. Davis smoked over 100 cigarettes a day, filling studios with nicotine clouds so thick they turned costumes yellow and gave crew members coughs. Her breath carried the sting of tobacco, her clothes the scent of fire. Director William Wyler once joked that kissing her was like licking the inside of a fireplace. When a young actor dared to complain, Davis snapped, "If you wanted fresh air, darling, be a farmer." For her, smoking wasn't just a habit, it was power, defiance, and attitude. Every puff was part of her persona. Hollywood called her many things: dramatic, difficult, demanding. But one title fit best: the human chimney who burned through life with unmatched intensity. Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes was Hollywood's golden boy, a billionaire genius who conquered skies and screens. But behind the brilliance lay madness. Terrified of germs, Hughes locked himself away in dark hotel rooms, becoming what he feared most: unclean. He stopped bathing, trimming nails, or even dressing. His hair turned greasy, his nails twisted like claws, and jars of his own urine lined the floor. Staff described the stench as a living corpse. Once a dashing playboy loved by stars like Katharine Hepburn, he ended his life as a ghost of himself, naked, frail, and lost in obsession. Hughes' paranoia about contamination transformed him into a prisoner of filth. The man who built empires from dreams was undone by his own mind. In the end, his wealth meant nothing. He had all the money in the world, yet couldn't afford peace, sanity, or the simple luxury of cleanliness. Ava Gardner. Ava Gardner was pure Hollywood magic. Beauty that silenced rooms, eyes that hypnotized, and a charm no one could resist. But behind that perfection was a surprising secret. Ava hated bathing. Despite her glamour, she often skipped showers and rarely brushed her teeth, masking odor with expensive French perfume. Crew members joked it was a war between Rot and Chanel. Her breath was so bad that directors adjusted camera angles to protect co-stars. Even Frank Sinatra, desperate, installed multiple showers in their home. She ignored them all. Her rooms reeked of smoke, alcohol, and heavy perfume, forcing hotel staff to replace bedsheets after each stay. Yet her beauty and magnetism overpowered it all. As one director quipped, her face was divine, her smell, a crime scene. Ava Gardner proved that behind Hollywood's perfection often hides something far less glamorous. Charles Laughton. Charles Laughton was a powerhouse performer, brilliant, emotional, and unforgettable. But he carried one flaw no one could escape: his unbearable body odor. Crew members called it a living presence, strong enough to fill entire sound stages. His sweat mixed with cologne, creating a scent people swore could punch the air. Costume designers stored his wardrobe in ventilated rooms to survive the smell, and Marlene Dietrich kept smelling salts handy for scenes with him. On hot days, the odor became legendary. Director Billy Wilder once told his crew, "If you smell something awful, don't stop. That's Charles acting." Yet, his performances were so extraordinary, no one dared complain. His wife, Elsa Lanchester, stayed by his side for decades. A love story, or perhaps unmatched tolerance. Laughton proved that genius can outshine even the worst stench. A reminder that talent, not scent, defines a legend. These stars were larger than life, beautiful, brilliant, unforgettable, but also living proof that behind every perfect close-up lies an imperfect human story. In the golden age of Hollywood, glamour was an illusion, and sometimes it smelled worse than you can imagine. If you found this glimpse into Hollywood's dirtiest secrets fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and share for more untold tales from the darker side of fame. Because here at Heartfelt Tales, we uncover the stories that time tried to hide.